Welcome to Brown Girls Can, the podcast where black and brown brilliance meets real talk. This podcast is your safe space to be seen, heard, and of course, celebrated. I'm your host, Shateria, the founder and visionary behind the Brown Girls Can brand and movement. Every podcast episode, we're gonna laugh loud and dive deep into the stories, careers, and bold dreams of women who are redefining what's possible. Let's get into today's episode. Holding your glass already. Welcome back to another episode of Brown Girls Can, the podcast. And today I'm joined by a special guest,
Leah Davis.
Leah Davis. Yay! Clap it up for Leah. All right, so y'all know we sip on this podcast in our Brown Girls Can glasses, so we're gonna take a cheers. Leah, as you can see the levels, Leah has been sipping. We have frozen red wine.
Because brown girls can.
Oh my gosh. So let's cheers to a good episode. I made it in my ninja, y'all.
Just right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so today's episode, we are talking about rolling with life's punches. What does that mean to you? Actually, tell the people who you are, what you do, all that good stuff.
Hi, my name is Leah Davis, and I'm the owner of Desserts on a Roll, where we bring the fun, the flair, and flavor to desserts. Because at Desserts on a Roll, everybody gets their roll on. We specialize in homemade rolled ice cream, gourmet milkshakes, and a variety of desserts.
So and y'all also have savory.
Yes, our savory includes walking taco and hot dogs, so you get the best of both worlds.
So if you ever need a food truck, they will roll up and they'll come and they will serve you some good stuff. And I hear you're doing classes now.
Yes, we are so excited for people to learn, and we get to show them how rolled ice cream is made.
So the ladies that will be joining me on the podcast episodes, they are actually promoting their event for Brown Girls Can, the festival, which happens October 5th through October 12th. So be on the lookout for all the flyers that will be coming. We have some dope events coming. Like, I'm so excited. I'm going to have to, really try to pop in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay at all of them because there's so many. And we have a lot of women who are creating events each day. So it's we've got several on Monday, several on Tuesday, all through the week. So I'm excited to pop in. I want to learn how to roll some ice cream. So be on the lookout for her flyer. What can they expect at the Brown Girls Can Roll event?
Okay, so we'll have a variety of types to choose from. We have 3 flavors for you to choose from that you can roll, and this is our homemade rolled ice cream. And you will have merch and a certificate and maybe a little coupon or gift certificate for the future.
Oh, so make sure if you have ever wanted to learn the art of rolled ice cream, how they do it, how it's made, what all it entails, you definitely want to sign up for that event.
Yes.
And I guess tickets and all of that good stuff, all that information we will post as it gets closer to the festival. So be on the lookout. You can follow Desserts on a Roll at
Desserts on a Roll on Instagram, Desserts on a Roll on TikTok, Desserts on a Roll on Facebook.
So Desserts on the Roll.
ROLL. Not road, ROLL.
So let me take a sip. So how was your day?
It was great. It was actually great. It was my off day. I got to lounge around and do nothing. Yay.
Is that what you like to do when you don't have anything scheduled?
Yes, I don't want to do anything, which I know I need to have a lot of stuff to do and I need to do it, but I choose to not do anything. Choose to not do anything.
Do you make sure you schedule those kind of days though?
I don't. I need to schedule it. I need to. It's usually work or off day in between and to do nothing.
And how many days a week are you on a food truck?
Like 5 to 6 days. We're on a food truck 5 to 6 days. We'll at least try to have one day off.
Because now y'all are at the market on Sundays.
Yes.
Saturday. Are you doing nightfall and?
Yeah, so we actually have nightfall coming up this Friday, and then we have a nightfall on 4th of July. So we have a lot of big events we have to do. We're doing a lot of big events, so just tune in. I'm always posting content. I'm always posting where we are. So you just got to follow us and see where we're rolling to next.
How did we meet?
I started off doing the Little Sweets treats. And look at us now. But I will say, when I venture off into a brick and mortar, I will offer treats also. It's just so much you can handle and do inside a food truck. But we met when I was doing Leah Sweets, and I was so that's all I want to do is like the treats. But also, I already had in my mind that I was going to branch out to doing rolled ice cream. I remember me first telling you I was doing rolled ice cream.
How did the first meeting come about? I don't even remember.
Oh, my good friend recommended you as a business coach.
Well, you never know who is really like looking and watching. I never really position myself. Well, I won't say position myself. I never really promoted myself as a business coach. So when people like tag me under stuff like that, or like, because it still happens to this day. I have a girl who I just sent the email to. She had made a status, and she was like, I need somebody to help me, with accountability and da-da-da. And so a couple people tagged me under there. So it's just, I always enjoy, or I'm always appreciative and grateful when people see the work that I've been putting in and, recommend me for stuff like that. Cause everybody's not accountable in that way.
Yes. And she is the right person. She put me in a lot of spaces that I know I needed from me in my business. So I'm forever grateful.
Oh, good. Leah has been one of my clients who has been determined. She has been very hardworking after you get onto her. After you be like, now I told you're supposed to have this, and this. So, but she is, I've seen her growth from she really did just start talking about, I remember when she was like, I'm going to take a rolled ice cream class, and that was the first step to and then I remember when she said, we got a food truck, and I was like, what? Because it went from, her goal was the brick and mortar at first. And she was like, I want to, have a dessert lounge and, all of that. And so that was the goal. So, I put her into some meetings with some people to talk about how to get to that. But in the process of that, then the food truck came. And so I think you're able to see kind of what clients want, what they, what you can put on your menu when you get your brick and mortar that will make sense.
Right.
So I'm very proud of you. When I look up and I see, and tell them about Everybody Get Your Roll On. Where did that come from?
Where did it come from?
Where it came from?
Where did it come from?
See, she been sipping. Yes.
You. It came from her.
I always when I be thinking about client stuff, I be like, oh, this will be a good little thing. Now, every client don't take it and run with it or take it and use it, but Leah's one that she be like, oh yeah, I can do that, and she just like her the new logo we worked on together at UVI, and then the little swirl symbol. In branding, I always tell clients, find an emoji that is brand recognizable. People don't really think about that when it comes to like content creating and social media and all that stuff. But if you find something that people can recognize, like mine was lime green, so like the lime green heart, and because I used to build my letters, I used the hammer. So when people see lime green heart or hammer, they like, oh yeah, that's Simply Props. So I found the little swirl, and I was like, oh, you can incorporate that into your logo. So we found something similar that looks like the top of the rolled ice cream, and so I'm glad that it's working out.
Yes, I love putting it in my little emoji every time I post, and I say, everybody get your roll on with desserts on the roll.
And it's so catchy. You definitely need to find something that people remember. Her truck is bright pink, and so brand colors recognition. She's done great with sticking to the brand, sticking to the colors, wearing her brand when she is working, training people. Tell me about hire some people.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I have little cousins who just likes to make money, and I have a lot of family who likes to help out and stuff. But my main goal is to mentor my younger cousins and family members, so that they know that they can do it too. It's just not for the brown girls; it's for the brown boys too. I have 2 sons, and they are future desserts on the road. My family is future desserts on the road, but they have caught on quickly.
Who you talking about, the workers?
Yes.
And your little cousin?
Yes. So I have my little 12-year-old cousin. When I say he at first could not, he's great. He's perfect. He just wasn't at first. He wasn't comprehending with a lot of stuff. But now, he's gonna tell you that menu. He can ring it up. He even know how to roll ice cream. I haven't got him in the back yet because I want him to get faster, because when those orders come in, he has to be on top of it. Mm-hmm. And then I have my little cousin. I have other little cousins too who work, or family members. But my other little cousin Tiana, she is future desserts on the road. My girl know the back end, front end, everything. She can work in the front. She can work on the milkshake. She could work the Waka Taco, the rolled ice cream. She could do everything. And she's future desserts on the road. But my goal is to mentor younger people, so we could be great examples. Me and my fiance, because he's desserts on the road also. He wouldn't be desserts on the road without him. He teaches them how to roll ice cream, because I have the patience also. But I'm telling you, he know how to get the roll ice cream done in 1 minute. Like, he's desserts on the road. So, yeah.
Well, okay, mentor. So, when did you realize that you wanted to do sweet? Okay, so you've always been an entrepreneur. You went from makeup to sweets to now desserts on the road. So,
Yes.
when did you know that you wanted to work for yourself or to go into business for yourself?
Well, I just went into business for myself in January, end of this year. I've always had like a little side hustle in me, but it was all a part of God's plan. When I say it's a part of God's plan, He knows. So me and my job went our separate ways, because in the end of January, and my plan was to go on leave in March and still get paid from them. So it was already a part of the plan. Like, it was already a part of the plan to do. And I just figured I didn't want to do this anymore, clock in and do it for anybody. Especially, like, even when I started my business, like, my leadership would hint like, oh, you need this job for your your business or your food truck, you don't know what I got going on. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know how much
Right.
money I have. You don't know anything. So at that point, I was just like, I really, really don't need you guys. You don't know what money I'm bringing in. You don't know anything.
Right.
So I was so I knew. I just knew. I want to spend more time with my kids. I wanted to be able to create my own schedule, and I just knew when I can make what I make every 2 weeks, or me and my fiance make every 2 weeks in one day, and that was a wrap for me.
Yeah. What are some of the surprising things that you didn't expect about entrepreneurship?
The slow days. I mean, it comes with it. Some days you make $70. Some days you make $700. It comes with it. Some days you have people who are gonna show up, and some days you don't.
Hmm. Um, let's see what else I wanted to ask you. Oh, so both. So I don't know if I'll put this episode before. I don't know the order of the episodes, but in the episode with my grandmother, I talked about how both of my parents passed away, and Leah's mom transitioned. How was that for you?
It made me stronger, truly. Made me stronger. I actually found my mom passed away. Going over there just to check on her because she had COVID. So I actually found her. I had all of the episodes, the episodes and everything like that. So I actually found my mom, and I try not to think about hers because it keeps me going. I try not to think about her. It just feel like she's just in another world. Like we just don't contact each other, which is crazy because I talk to my mom every day. But I guess I'm built different because my family all has like going through stuff, and I just feel like everybody's depending on me, and that's okay, and that's what made me push harder. Especially give me the motivation that I have two younger boys. I had Ryder at the time. I think he was like 2 or 3, but he's 5 now. But I have two younger boys who's looking up to me, and I have a fiance who's very supportive, and I'm very blessed to have someone who's in my corner who helps me through all of this. When I say he came and gave my mom CPR, like while I was still crying doing my episode or whatever. But like to have a supportive spouse, I don't know where I'd be without him, to be honest. God knows what he doing. And then, like I said, I have my two younger boys who's looking up to me. And then I feel like I have a family that's depending on me also. Not depending on me, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I'm the one who's going to break generational curses, like to keep us all going. Like, the Zerts on the Road is going to be big. And I feel it's going to be your next Ben and Jerry's, Clumpy's, Brewster's, or whatever. I feel it.
Okay.
Like, it's going to be. Like, I don't want because we specialize in homemade rolled ice cream. Our recipe is our recipe. And with a variety of types to choose from, we can have different ice cream. You can have it however you want. So I don't want with our homemade rolled ice cream. I don't think it'll ever go away. But back to the topic of like that, my mom was someone special. When I say special, she was the oldest of all her 7 siblings, and no one. Her mom passed away before 50. Mom passed away at 50.
Wow.
Yes. So that's awesome.
How old were you?
I was 22. I'm 25 now.
Okay.
So it was a couple years ago. And it's like awesome to see like my aunt who's 50 now, and just going over the age that the other generations wasn't able to go over.
Right.
So that's great.
Yeah. I think, well, I know I was 11, so my mom, I didn't get the relationship like, even like prom and graduating high school and all that. So I often think about what my mom would be saying to me or what she would have, wanted me to know. And I talk to my mom too. My mom, she leaves me like little, I don't know if you know Tabitha Brown, but her mom leaves her dimes because her grandmother used to leave her mom nickels. And when her mom was sick, she said, they talked about it. And she was like, well, grandmama used to leave you nickels. And she said, when when I go, I'm gonna double it and I'm gonna leave you dimes. And so they had that conversation. And so whenever Tabitha Brown, she's like, I think when she has her big nights, like she'll see find a dime, or it'll be a bag of dimes just randomly, and she'll be like, I know that's my mom. So what signs do you feel like is your mom?
Red birds.
Red bird.
I see them all the time. When I say I go on my back patio and I just see them. Like, I'm
sweet.
telling you, like I see them all the time. And I feel her talking to me and stuff like that. And just like, I don't know, I believe in little theory, like about a little ghost or something. I was like, man, she's right there. So like, I believe in stuff like that. And,
me too.
But yeah, so I definitely was like red birds. I see them all the time. I'm like, hey girl. Hey, you see me?
What do you think she would be saying to you? Or what do you think she, as you are growing and progressing in life, what do you think your mom would be saying?
I know she'll be definitely proud of me, because back then, this mindset I have now would have never been the mindset I have then, because I was young. I was a mama's girl. I was just always over there. She used to be proud of me to even have the job that I have, that what I had. So I can only imagine how she would have acted now, and how she would have been telling all her friends and actually helping and being there, being supportive and everything. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine how she would have been now. Like, she was an ice cream girl with pecans. I said, I'm coming soon to the Dessert Center Road, because everybody have asked about pecans rolled ice cream. I'm going to get you. I promise I'm going to add it. But that was her favorite ice cream, and I'm going to add that. But she would have been so proud. I mean, so proud. I mean, she supported me when I did makeup. She's definitely supported me, sharing my posts, telling everybody about me doing makeup and everything. So she would have been so freaking proud.
What do you miss most about your mom?
Oh my God, it's just so many. Let me see. I used to act like I would used to try to give her kisses, and she'd be like, "Oh, get it up," and like try to wipe it off and stuff. And I used to say that she has small lips, so I used to be like, those small lips, and try to give her a kiss and stuff. I got big lips, and when my girl loved her a wig, so I used to give her the wigs that I don't wear anymore. She loved her curly wig, and I used to give her the wigs. This wig I have on, she would have went crazy and said, "It's my next." So yes, and then like her and my son had a special, but like my son didn't start daycare until like she passed away, and she used to watch him every single day. And then she had like a bond with my fiance, and that's crazy. She used to call her. I have two brothers. She'll call my fiance before she called my brothers to do something, like to fix something, to put up some tape, like just different little stuff. Even my dad was there. Like, she'll call him to go, because she said, I like the way he do it. Because my fiance is a hands-on person. Like, he builds stuff. He know how to do everything. So, yeah.
That is so sweet. It'd be like the little simple things that, like it could be a song, or it could be like, a place, or just that sparks a memory. So that's cool that you still have those memories. Somebody asked me the other day, do you remember the sound of your mom's voice? And I started thinking, because it's been over 20 years for me. But I started thinking, do I remember like her calling my name, or her, my mom could sing. So people, be like, oh, she was a songbird. She could sing. And I one of the reasons why I wrote my first book was because I didn't want to forget like the memories and like the stories. And so while I could remember them, I was like, let me, put them in a book. So I recommend you definitely put your memories in a book, so that you always have them. Your kids always have them. What is next for Desserts on the Road? Well, what's next for you?
Okay, before I answer that, so when my mom passed away, I did her makeup and everything. I cut her.
Wow.
I did her makeup.
How was
And
that?
we did. My aunt came. My two aunts came, but my aunt she helped we put her wig on and everything.
That is strength.
Yes, I don't know what it is. Everybody keeps saying that. Like I don't know. Because I'm built different. My I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm just built different. Like I'm stronger than what I thought I would be. Like while everybody, like my siblings, maybe still stuck on our mom passed away, and I'm just steady going and going and going and whatnot. But I did her makeup, and I still still have pictures of it, and also I cut my mom hair off and put it in a Ziploc bag. So I still have the Ziploc bag to this day, and I'm gonna keep it forever.
You cut hair off at the funeral?
I'll cut a pieces of hair.
Oh, well,
and I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I have it, and it's gonna be with me for the rest of my life.
well, everybody grieves and handles things differently. I remember there were people who took issue with the fact that, like, when I had my 30th birthday party, well, let me say this. When I turned 16, when I got married, and then when I had my 30th birthday party, people looked at it. I set up a little small table that was like in my memory. I was about to say what is the word? Memoriam? Yes. Memoriam. But some people pronounce it different. Anyway, I set up a table, and I had my mom's picture and my dad's picture. And some people were like, "Oh, she set up a shrine," and but you will never understand like that void, but also wanting to still like cherish their memory and honor them in a way that is respected and respectful. So I just never forget that. The people that said that to me, well, not to me, I heard that they said that it was, oh, she created a shrine, and when people die, just let them die. It was horrible. But, and that was my sentiment then, is just, you don't know how it feels. And so when it happens to you, it's just different. And one thing that I always tell people, when your mom passes away, I try not to say I know how that feels, because even though I know what it's like to have lost a mom, well, I don't like to say the word lost either. I know what it's like to have my mom transitioned, but I don't know what it was like to have your mom. You know what I'm saying? That person, what she meant to you, I don't know what that feels like. I can kind of agree and understand, but my mom was my mom. And so the bond that we had, that was our bond. And so nobody will ever understand. Even I was the only child, but even if I had siblings, like the mother creates a bond with every child differently. And so, I just don't like when people say, well, I know how you feel. My mom passed away. You don't know. I mean, and it's said in a way that, they're trying to comfort you and offer condolences and things like that, but you really don't know. Like, even though your mom passed away or transitioned, you don't know what it was like to lose my mom, know? So everybody just handles grief and grieving differently. And so while I was 11 when my mom passed, and you were 22. And so I definitely wouldn't have been able to do no makeup, no hair, no none of that, because I was, my grandma asked me if I wanted to sing, because I can sing and my mom could sing, and so they wanted me to sing. Well, they didn't want me to. They asked me if I wanted to, because my mom would have wanted me to sing, but I was just like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So, everybody just handles it differently.
I definitely had to come to a realization of that with me still going forward, and chin up, everyone still, still mess with it mentally. And everybody would think since I found my mom, I had a close bond with my mom, lived 5 minutes away from my mom, been with her every day with my mom, like that it would mess with me differently. Well, I took counseling also, so that played a big part of my healing process. But I'm just not going to say I'm all the way together because I still have memories and miss her and love her, wish she was still here and everything. But I'm telling you, my kids played a big part in my process of moving forward or going, and my kids, not even just my kids, my fiance, because if I didn't have a supportive spouse, I don't know how I would have been, where I would have been right now. Would have been desserts on the road. Like, I don't know. So I can't say that I can't say like how I would have been and everything, but I don't know. I guess it's chin up. I have chin up.
Yeah. Do you allow other people to? Do you cry?
Why did
I'm just asking. Stop messing with your mind.
Because listen, people don't ask me. Like my family feel like I'm just such a person who don't cry, who don't show emotions, who just there, and I do. Yes, I'm a crybaby. You better ask my daddy.
When you get by yourself.
Period. I'm a crybaby. I used to cry about a lot of stuff. But I'm definitely a cry. I'd be crying. I be thinking about, like, I try to avoid, like, I honestly sit there and try to make sure, like, I don't think about my mom. Like, sometimes I think about, like, dang, she really gone. I'm really motherless out here.
That is not funny.
I try to laugh.
Oh Lord.
That's what my fiance, he be like, something's really wrong because I be laughing.
When did your therapist tell you to sit in it though? Like, sometimes it is okay, and you probably do need to, like, have a time where you sit in those feelings and sit in those thoughts and allow yourself to feel what naturally comes. Mm-hmm. So you're not suppressing it trying to avoid it.
I don't think it came yet. Honestly, I might have cried and just, but I haven't just sat there and be like, girl, like, just like broke down, like, what? I mean, I don't know. It haven't faced me yet, to be honest, but I literally tried to avoid everything. I don't even go to my mom grave site like that, and that's sad. And she's downtown, like down there, like, I don't know. I have to come to realization. It'll come to me. Well, I still have videos, memories, pictures, everything. Thankfully, thank you, God. Thank you. At least I was the person who to record everything, record everybody, record everything. Mm-hmm. And honestly, with this business, like, I have stepped back, but I need to start back. Like, I'm not very much. I don't post my personal life anymore. I don't post any stuff like that. I just I'm strictly business. Strictly business.
How do you roll with life's punches?
I'm chin up, girl. You got people depending on you.
Does that ever feel heavy?
It do when you hear a lot of people, and it's like, I'm doing this for everybody. Like, there's something like, I'm doing this for everybody. Just sit back and let me get it there. It's just like everybody, but it brings me joy to see my kids, like, who's happy to like, oh, what you doing tomorrow? My son, he asks us this every day. What you doing tomorrow? We be like, working on a food truck rider. Oh, okay, you selling ice cream and stuff? I'm like, yeah. Like, it brings me joy that they love seeing that stuff. They love seeing it. They love seeing us doing this stuff. And before my mom passed away, they adopted my little cousin, and that's like my son now. Literally, he be at my house. I take care of him, like, but my dad take care of him, but it's like I take care of him too. So, like, he's the next generation. He's 12. He's about to be 13. And he just won, like, 5th grade of the year when he promoted. So, like, he's next up. And I have to be a mentor for him. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to. Like, there's no ifs and buts. Like, I have to be a mentor for him. He loves working. He loves doing everything. So, I have to. People depending on me.
But you still never answered the question. Yes. does the feeling of people depending on you, does that ever get heavy? Like, do you feel the weight of that all the time? And when you feel the weight of that, how do you decompress? How do you deal with that?
I would say it only gets heavy when it starts to mess with me. Like, I just really sit there and think about it when I feel like people just try to use me or want more from me that I can give. That's when it feel heavy. And I try to move forward and go on from that. It's like my 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 peace and my commonplace or whatever you could say it. My peace is my fiance because he's always positive. I wish he was a little, but he's always positive. I could literally think or talk to him and he calms me down.
Yeah.
So that's great. And then like having time for myself.
What do you do for self-care?
Well, I haven't done it in a while. I need to go get my feet done, but I got my hair. I got my hair done. Usually, I don't get my hair done. That's my self care. Getting my hair done, getting myself together. A little shopping therapy. I love a little Target
Therapy.
Yeah, a little Target run, a little Burlington Ross, going into the mall, just going to do stuff for me. But I'm always doing not for like I'm going shopping, but it don't be for me, for my kids, or something like that. But just going to go do that and eat. I like to eat. Really.
That's so funny. So you roll with life's punches by chin up. What about people who don't have that mentality? What do you say to them?
Look to God.
Who don't have a chin up mentality?
Look to God. Like ask them what's your next step? Well, what you should do? God's gonna give you a sign. God gave me the sign with this business. I would have never thought in a million years, I swear. When I seen Roll the Ice Cream, I said, we can do this. My fiance said, we could. We could. My sister was like, oh, girl. But guess what? My sister went and found that Roll the Ice Cream class. So it was like, it's really crazy. But you can just look to God. Like, it's just signs and stuff. We started doing treats. We bought a rolled ice cream machine, start off in a tent, got a food truck, and then looking to venture off. So, yeah, I say look to God.
That's good. Finish this statement. I am proof that brown girls can
Do it. I don't know. Do it. Brown girls can. We are amazing. Brown girls are amazing. We come up with things. We the one keeps things together. Like we can, whatever you put your mind to, we can do it. Whatever, whatever it may be, but we can do it. You even a business. Some people don't even want to, have the mentality of a business. Even their job, whatever the case may be.
And business, entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that
It's not. You have to have the mentality. You have to be ready for those slow days, those good days, those bad days. You have to be ready for those when you start off and you have a big dream. Like me, when I first thought about it, I want a brick and mortar. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, that I never got a brick and mortar first because I would have never been where I am now. People who knows who Desserts on a Roll is, or who want to know who don't know. So thank you, God, that I didn't start with that mentality just off. Let me get a brick and mortar. No, I need to level up. I need to take those steps
to grow. Yeah. You are proof that brown girls can do it.
Yes. I am.
So, what's next for Leah? What's next for Desserts on a Roll?
Fingers crossed. Hopefully by next year we have a brick and mortar. Yeah. We'll still be having we'll still have our food trucks still rolling around, but for sure brick and mortar. So you can just come and have personal rolled ice cream classes or group rolled ice cream classes, even though we couldn't offer that now with our food truck. But I want to be able to have the option that the food truck can keep rolling, and then you can roll through to the Desserts on a Roll Lounge. And I'm thinking about getting our liquor license also. And when we get in the brick and mortar, to have that. And then I want to have like different stuff like karaoke, like different little, I have a lot of ideas, but first step is to get the brick and mortar and see where that takes us.
And what is next for you? Have you figured out a way to separate you from Desserts on a Roll?
No.
I always
I'm
tell my clients that
I just been strictly trying to build this business from the ground up.
And when you are building from the ground up, when you're bootstrapping, when you are starting out, it is your identity. Like, that's why you eat, sleep, breathe. You wake up thinking about it. You go to sleep thinking about it. Every second of the day, it's how can I make the business better? What needs to change? How can I be more efficient? How can I become faster? How can I take on more jobs and not kill myself? But it is truly challenging when you are first starting out, especially when you don't have a big team. Mm-hmm. When you are doing the marketing, when you're doing content creation, when you're ordering the supplies, when you're making the stuff, when you're in the business and you're working on the business, you don't have a lot of leeway to kind of separate you from the business. So it's like when people ask you, well, who are you? What do you do? That's like what you lead with. I'm Shateria. I own Simply Props, or I'm Leah. I'm the owner of, because that's what your brain is kind of like on autopilot from. But now I need you to work on separating yourself and getting back to self-care. And, because who is Leah?
I am that feisty girl. No, I am like, I always been the loving firecracker. I'm not going to say I'm a firecracker. I am still that firecracker. But I do need to get back to myself, because literally my life is just Desserts on the Roll, my kids, about to be a wife. So it's like I have to focus. I need to take time for myself. But I am hoping to get I'm hoping to hire some people to take some pressure off of me, because I always been the type that I need to make the flyer, I need to make the content, I need to make all that, because I feel like it's not done the way how I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. How has that been?
It's been good because I've been doing it, but
I'm saying the process of you releasing and delegating things.
I need to make scheduled posts, but it's been good. Like, I try to post every single day. I don't care what it is, but you're going to see Desserts on the Roll coming down your timeline. I'm sharing it on my personal or sharing it on Desserts on the Roll.
How many times a day do you schedule posts for?
I need to start scheduling. I be posting it, but it's like once or twice.
Once or twice a day.
Like, I'm always posting where we're going next. So you always see where's Desserts on the Roll into next. I'm always posting it Instagram and Facebook and TikTok.
How many followers you have?
So on Instagram, I started out like January, February, I had like 89, but now I'm at 207. Yay! So I'm gonna put like a green backdrop on our food truck. And I have a LED line saying "Let's roll," so people can take pictures. Tell them to take pictures and tag us and follow us. Yeah. I have a lot of ideas I want to do, and then on not Instagram, Facebook, I think we have like 1,300 followers. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. Followers, 1,300. Almost 1,300 followers.
Oh, that's good.
Literally climbed from the bottom up.
So you are growing.
I am. I love it.
We love growth.
Hashtag Desserts on the Roll, because at Desserts on the Roll, everybody gets their roll on.
Girl, she gonna wear that out.
I can't wait to come out. I'm gonna have when I get my brick and mortar, I'm gonna have a song. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna have somebody do me a dessert ice cream song.
Like your own jingle.
Yes.
Miss Tasha got one. You heard
Really?
her
Oh
jingle?
yeah. I seen it on her website. That's dope.
Yeah, she got one. I think that's anytime you can separate yourself from the other competition or the other people.
I love it.
I think you should. All right. So this was another episode of Brown Girls Can the podcast with Leah Davis, owner of Desserts on the Road. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye. For vibing with us on Brown Girls Can the podcast. If you felt this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your girl gang. You can catch us on social media on Instagram at Brown Girls Can the podcast and on Facebook at Brown Girls Can. And remember, you are already everything you are becoming. So until next time, keep showing up, glowing up, and choosing you. Always remember that you can do anything.